Welcome all. Why am I doing that?
We're back from a 3-day hiatus.
Seemed like an eternity, didn't it? Curt
We
and
did
Jen.
have some comments of people missing our
True.
podcast.
That was nice.
There were 2.
Curt and Jen in the morning pod and video cast. Thank you. Welcome. You know, this feels like it's the beginning of a new year, but we're not quite there yet.
Nope.
So be there before you know it.
Happy Friday,
Yes.
by the way.
And today on the program, I'm going to cover a bunch of stuff. How you can become a billionaire tonight.
I know how.
All right. Some things that are turning 25 in 2025 might surprise you. Those are always designed, I think, just to make me feel old. So we thought we would share.
Okay.
So you can feel old too, right? And the truth about relationships with big age gaps. You're going to be surprised by this one. You don't know who it is.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
All right. Motley Crue's Tommy Lee is Stinky.
Yeah. Just leave it at that.
The FDA, this is a big one. The FDA wants to get rid of cold meds that don't work.
You wonder.
I have some things to say about that.
Yeah, if they don't work, how they even become cold meds to start with.
And it's Fun Facts Friday.
That is true as well.
All kinds of fun things for you.
Here we go. All right. How about this? There was an ugly, ugly football game on last night. It happened to be Thursday night football, so the entire world got to see the Seahawks and the Bears be terrible.
So you watched, I did not watch the game. The game was on at my house. We had a family dinner last night celebrating.
The text I
Christmas,
sent to my
right.
mother-in-law who was watching the game, I was like, this should be called the battle of who could play worse.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the final score was 6-3, and that wasn't because there was a touchdown. And
We
a missed
won,
point
though.
after.
I
We
know
did win.
that.
We did win. The Seahawks won. 3 field goals was all that was scored for the entire game. Lots of goofy penalties. Lots of
all right.
fumbled plays and stuff like that.
Well,
but
there
you know
you
what?
go.
It's still a dub, right? It's still a win.
That's right.
So we've got that going for us, which is nice.
So I thought for sure
Mm-hmm.
on Christmas Eve, I went into 7-Eleven and I asked the gentleman at the counter, are you ready for your store to be famous?
Oh, yeah.
Because when I win, all the news cameras are going to be right here where I bought the ticket.
Exactly.
He's like,
Jen,
I'm
you're
ready.
right.
I'm
Well,
ready for it.
If you would have won,
Didn't happen.
If you would have won that one, you wouldn't have been a billionaire. You would have been
No,
only
it was a
900
billionaire.
Was it a billion?
It was like $1 billion. Yeah.
Last drawing.
The last drawing was $1 billion. That's what it said on the sign.
Okay, well, nobody got it. Not Jen, not anybody. So now it's 1.15 billion tonight for the Mega Millions drawing. All right.
And if you don't play, you can't win. So
That's
get
true.
a ticket.
And keep in mind, if you take the cash option, it's only $516 million.
I mean, I could make do with that. I think I still could make some magic happen there.
Which actually, this is before taxes, so it's even less than that. Wow.
It's still hundreds of millions of dollars that you're going to win.
It's true. Last time we had a big one, the biggest one was $2.04 billion. That was the Powerball jackpot, November 2022.
I remember that.
And you still just have a 1 in 302.6 million chance at winning the jackpot. However,
That's your odds.
yeah. Just so you know, because you want to get the tickets, the cutoff times for I want to get it, I want to buy the tickets. That's the cutoff time. Varies from state to state as to when you can buy tickets. But in the state of Washington, you can buy tickets for the Mega Millions up until 7:45 local time.
I
Is
did
the
not
drawing at
realize
8?
it was that. I didn't realize it was that late.
Is that when the drawing is at 8 o'clock?
It must be.
All right. Well, all right. And we do have, people say, is there a strategy to winning? No. Random. However, if you're interested, no guarantees, we do have the 10 most common numbers that have been drawn for the Mega Millions since 2017.
The most drawn number is number 11,
That's right. 40 times number 11 has been drawn.
followed by number 22 at 39 times.
This is going to get all goofy. There's going to be a lot of numbers. Let's just go and do all the numbers.
Okay.
But yeah, so if you could do 11, that's the closest there should
11
be.
and 22.
Other than that, the numbers that have been drawn the most are 1, 3, 4, 9, 17, 18, 24, and 25. What does it go up to? What's the highest number you can draw? 25? Seems like it's more than that.
It is more than that. I'm certain of it.
40 or
Okay,
something
hold
like
on.
that.
You keep talking. Go to the next story. I will come back.
No, it's not that important.
I want to know.
Okay, well, okay.
How many numbers? How many numbers?
Yeah, I'm just going to have a drink while you kill time. I don't want to go to the next story yet. How many numbers can you choose from in Mega Millions?
1 to 70. And the gold mega ball is 1 to 25. So I wonder if that is the mega ball.
Oh, okay. That must be what it is.
The mega ball.
The mega ball. Okay, so these are not the most common for the mega ball. Yes. Okay, so there you go. That's not only going to help you with one.
Okay.
The other ones are kind of up to you.
Wow, we should have put that in there from the get-go for
It's
crying
still
out
a little
loud.
bit of help. We do what we can, right? Okay.
We hope that you had a good holiday. I know that Christmaka happened on the 25th.
That's true.
Christmas and the start of Hanukkah. So happy Hanukkah for those who celebrate Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Belated for those who celebrate Christmas.
We each had good Christmases.
Yes, we did.
Kind of low key at this end, but
Good
we also
family time, yeah.
each discovered some new games to play. And you're a big board
I
games
have 3
player.
games.
Okay, you do 2. I'll do 1. You do 1.
Hues and Cues.
Hues and Cues is a new game.
It's
You
like
liked it.
colors. It's like based on colors and you have to give a description. It's pretty fun.
You liked it?
Blank Slate. So fun.
All right.
It's fast moving. What was yours?
Oh, there's a new version of Uno called Uno Flex. And it's unlike some of the newer Unos have been really bad because it's like there was one where you push a button and it mechanically shot out.
Oh, yeah. I hate that
you get
one.
Like 30 cards.
Yes.
This is just like regular Uno, but some of the cards have dual purposes. Like this can be a blue 2 or it can be a draw 4, something like that.
Oh,
So you
okay.
get to choose what it is. So we had fun with that.
Okay. My last
Uno
one is
Flex.
Uzzle. It's this, I feel real dumb. Macy kicks butt at it, my youngest daughter, and so does Riley, my oldest daughter. You get these pieces, and then you get a card, and you have to match your pieces to the card.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? They're like cubes. You have these cubes.
Okay.
It's kind of like dominoes, but cubes, and then you get a picture, and you have to match it the quickest.
Okay. How do you spell it? Uzzle?
Uzzle.
Uzzle or something like that?
It's
All
real
right.
fun.
We would say that those would be great last minute Christmas gifts, but it's too late now. But
Birthdays,
for next year.
birthday ideas.
Awesome.
If you're just trying to put together a family game night, get some new games.
We're happy to help any way we can.
Oh, Curt.
I know. Let's not
Things
do all
turning
these.
25 in next year. Things turning 25 in 2025.
And some of these are like, oh, that sounds about right. And some of these are like, really? I thought that just came out 10 years ago. Let's just do a few of these. Well, the camera phone. That seems like the camera phone's been around longer than that to me.
Oh, it doesn't to me.
Okay.
Nope. USB flash drive.
25 years old. The Segway.
Okay.
That's sort of come and gone, hasn't it?
I feel like it.
Yeah. By the way, I thought it was ironic that the guy who invented the Segway ended up dying on a Segway, just so you know.
Are you kidding me?
He backed up the Segway and went over a cliff.
Are you kidding me?
What, you seem... yeah, that's what
I
happened.
did not. He backed up a Segway and went off a cliff?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Well, he loved his invention.
Back to this.
That's how he would have liked to have
Oops,
gone.
I Did It Again, the song?
Yes.
It's 25 years old?
Brittany, yes. Also, Parachutes by Coldplay, the Coldplay album, Parachutes. Are you feeling old now?
Not at all.
Okay, how about the movie Bring It On?
Charles Schultz did his last Peanuts comic strip 25 years ago.
That doesn't seem right to me. That seemed like that was more recently than that.
That seems more recent to me.
Because I
than
remember that.
too.
So
Yeah.
there you go. Not trying to make you feel old, but if that happened, not our fault.
All right.
I don't know if I agree with this, but here we go.
Best cities for celebrating New Year's Eve.
This is from Wallet Hub.
I mean, you have to agree with number one.
Right. Wallet Hub found some of the best U.S. cities to head to if you're looking to ring in the new year based on everything from how active the nightlife is to actually the food, hotel affordability, stuff like that.
Okay.
Here's 5.
Chicago. Chicago is my kind of town.
That was number 5 of these top 5 things. Las Vegas, well, you talk
Not
about...
surprising that that's in the top 5.
Nightlife, too.
Not surprising.
San Diego, number 3 of
That
the best
one
cities.
surprises me.
San Diego is pretty awesome.
It's awesome. It just surprises me that it's on the top.
For New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
All right.
Number 2, I know why this is on there. Orlando,
it's
because
the-
of Disney
It's
World.
the happiest place on
I
earth.
mean, you know you're going to have fireworks and Tinkerbell and pixie dust and all the things.
So what would be possibly the number 1 place to spend New Year's Eve?
Come on, it's New York City.
New York City.
NYC.
All the stuff going on. The ball drop and everything else.
New York, New York. Why do you look at me like that?
I was enjoying your singing.
Yeah, right.
All right. Here is something interesting.
Okay.
And Well, the deal is, it's the truth about age gap relationships. People that are in relationships with larger age gaps. And you were just talking about one a few minutes ago, and I know you've forgotten it since then.
I have. Isn't that so funny?
It was Sean Hannity and his new...
Oh, Sean Hannity, who's a Fox News talk show host. And I only know Sean from when I worked at KVI.
That's true.
In Seattle, which is a conservative talk station. He is marrying a younger
person.
It
was like a 20-year
from Fox
age
News.
Gap, right?
Yeah.
Bill Belichick, former head coach of the Patriots, and his girlfriend Jordan Hudson have gone red carpet official, and their 48-year age gap is turning heads on social media. She's a former college cheerleader, 24 years old, and they showed up on Instagram, making it official, stepping out with her boyfriend, Bill Belichick, former New England Patriot,
72 years old
and 24. So right away, are you thinking she's a gold digger? Or is it that, hey, you know what? Date who you want to date.
Well, I mean, date who you want to date, but you do have to wonder, like, okay, at 24 years old, very sexually active, and I'm not saying that 70-year-old men cannot be sexually active. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that there's some things maybe that you're going to have to deal with.
Right. Well, and that is brought up here because...
Activity level?
Well, the media will look at this and say, oh, this is just a old, wealthy, powerful dude, and a trophy girlfriend or whatever. And of course, I say the opposite. Like if it's an older woman dating a younger guy, like she's a cougar. She's on the prowl for young meat or whatever. But either way, there are some influences that are hard to resist if you're in a relationship with a big age gap. Dana is 10 years younger than me.
Okay.
Is that big?
That's big-ish. Do you ever find that you make some references and she has no idea what you're talking about?
Oh, yeah.
I would think that would be like...
But that's not a deal breaker or anything like that. It just makes me... I never saw that movie.
Right, and you're like, oh my God, stop it.
So they say that some of the problems, and these are relationship experts that say, if you are in a relationship with a big age gap, thing that you mentioned, the interest of each people and the activity level of each person. Problem can be if it gets into toxic power imbalances where one person feels like, they don't treat each other as equals. Like, I'm older and wiser and blah, 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 I guess, is what they're saying here, as well as the influences of your friends and family saying, hey.
Yeah, I mean, your friends and family, that's a rough group to mesh together.
Right.
Not to say that you can't, because younger people can learn a lot from the wisdom of older people.
It used to seem like it was that way, but now with the internet, I wonder if that's even a thing.
I think it's a thing. Experience. There's something to be said about life experience.
So, but there are plenty of examples of healthy, thriving relationships with significant age gaps. They say the expert says, humans find connections in all sorts of places as long as both parties are able to consent. Others shouldn't be so critical of the relationship.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? Love is love, and you do you.
Love is love, and you do you. So says Jen Pirek. I like it.
Oh my gosh, on this.
Oh my gosh.
I was reading this article, I think it was on the New York Post, that these 5 fast food giants don't use real whole eggs in their breakfast. Real whole eggs. Now that was, when you first said that, I was like, how is that possible? It's because, I love the first line in the article, which Fox Business did the study, by the way. Okay. It's like, what the cluck? What the cluck? That's a way to open it. Yeah. So a new study reveals, like I said, Fox Business, that these food giants don't use real eggs. And what that means is there might be an egg in it, but there's so many other additives to that egg that you can no longer call it a 100% real egg. Got it. So it starts out as a real egg, but then it changes. But then they add things like, I forget what it is, like water, soybean oil, modified food starch, whey solids, citric acid, like a whole bunch of crap that no longer makes it a whole food. Can't call it an egg anymore, guys. So these are the restaurants. And there's probably more than this, but these are the ones that you're moving it. Okay, Dunkin'. Chick-fil-A. Right. Now, Chick-fil-A says that they're working on making sure it's whole egg. Oh, Subway, cage-free eggs. So, that would be They're working toward cage-free eggs, That's Chick-fil-A. But Subway, Burger King, and then this is the one that surprised me the most, and I'm not sure why, Starbucks. Starbucks does not use, again, maybe they start with real eggs. And then I think all of them start with a real egg, but there's so much other crap in it. Like they said, the report says you can't call it a 100% real egg anymore. Because of the long list of additives. Yeah.
Well, we'll see if that comes through with Chick-fil-A.
But here's the difference.
Yes.
I want to at least do the flip side. The 5 companies who do use 100% whole eggs for breakfast.
Ooh, good.
One of them surprised me on this too, McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell it's a real egg. I'm going to go Panera, Wendy's, Whataburger, which we don't have around here in the Pacific Northwest, but I have eaten at one.
Okay.
But this one surprised me the most. Taco Bell. Taco Bell, they don't use real meat, but they use real eggs. I'm just kidding. I don't know that.
Oh, my God. I don't want to be on the receiving end of the hate email.
I'm just kidding. It was a joke.
Okay.
Kind of.
Totally different subject. Totally. This just came to the forefront. Rock legend Tommy Lee, drummer from Motley Crue, it turns out is very neat and tidy. So says his wife, Brittany. He's not exactly a clean freak, though, because the 62-year-old Motley Crue rocker showers like once a week.
Ooh.
Says his wife. So my husband's very neat, which people wouldn't expect. Yeah, he's a musician. He's a rock star. You wouldn't expect him to be a neat and tidy person. He is, but he doesn't shower a lot, she says. He said growing up, that's a thing in Europe. You don't need to shower every day. They would just do the white washcloth if they felt like they were getting a little funky.
So he washes down. He just doesn't take a shower.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
But I don't know if he grew up in Europe or not. But regardless, he's using that as an example. So then we asked, okay, should you shower every day?
They asked experts.
Yeah. These are dermatologists, skincare experts. They say, yes, adults should be showering daily. If you're waiting too long, then you can get a buildup of dirt, oil, debris, and bacteria, and those things can cause inflammation. They can cause eczema to flare, all kinds of bad things. But that makes other people say, well, showering a lot isn't that bad for your skin, right? Well, dry out your skin.
Yeah.
No.
It will not?
Well, this again, if you're showering and moisturizing properly, daily showers shouldn't cause you to have dry skin. It is true that overwashing can cause skin to become dry, irritated, and itchy. But the application of all those other things, I don't do anything besides water and soap.
What do they recommend what you should use to hydrate your skin or moisturize? It doesn't look like they do.
They don't have it like a brand or something?
I want to, let's say, the skin's pH balance shouldn't be thrown off if you're using lukewarm water and gentle cleansers. That's the problem. I like my showers hot.
Right. And use an emollient cream can help replenish hydration and moisture.
Emollient cream.
Emollient cream.
I gotta look
does that make me sound smart?
I wonder if that's just lotion, if that's a fancy thing for lotion.
Emollient.
I'm going to write that down. I'm going to look it up.
Emollient. And wait and see. We're spelling it and saying it wrong, I bet. Are you ready?
Dogs line up at a Chicago pizzeria treat to go window.
Yep.
What?
I love this story.
Of course you do, because it's a doggy story, and I want to hear it.
It's a pizzeria in Chicago.
I didn't read this.
We have a lot around here. We have a lot of restaurants that are dog friendly.
Yeah, yes, of course we do. Pacific Northwest dogs.
There's a pizzeria in Chicago that they have a drive-through. The deal is this: the dogs are lining up outside of Bartoli's Pizzeria. They get yummy treats as their owners grab slices.
Okay.
From the pizzeria. Okay, so you go there to get your pizza, and there's a drive-through window that the doggies can walk up to. I assume
it's a drive-through or a walk-up?
What's a walk-up?
Okay.
The deal was the window started back in COVID. When COVID happened, the window was initially set up to facilitate customers during COVID, right?
Okay.
But now it's become a busy hotspot for treat-seeking pooches. So they first started out with that window. Again, it was a drive-through window, right? Or whatever, walk-up. With just a bowl of water and some treats outside, but now it's the doggy treat window, and they get to walk by and get their treats. Milk bones.
That's cute. I love it.
Sometimes they get dogs that get pizza slices.
Love it.
And I know we're going to have some veterinarians say they shouldn't be eating pizza, but I think that there is a
friendly pizza.
Yeah, if there was a place around here doing that, I would definitely go, unless the pizza was terrible.
Okay.
Even if the pizza was terrible, how's that?
I love it. Okay, so we talked about restaurants that don't use real eggs, or fast food restaurants that don't use real eggs, but this, I'm just twirling my strings on my sweatshirt. But this is funny to me and crazy because I've had the healthcare experts tell me cold medicines don't work. Don't put it in your body. There's no need to, because it's not going to work.
I've never heard that, but I'm listening.
I have.
Okay.
Now the FDA is saying cold medicines don't work, and they're trying to remove it from shelves. Okay. They're going through the process.
So they're starting with this phenylephrine, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I told Curt he had to read this story because there's big words. There's big words.
You're doing
the
story, but I just got to do a couple words.
Yeah.
Is that phenylephrine? Phenylephrine? Okay.
That's the thing that they're trying to get off, anything that contains that off the shelves.
Okay. That's like in Sudafed, Dayquil, medications like that.
Well, it's the leading decongestants.
Okay.
And it's found on, there's so many choices. You go to the drugstore because you're feeling like super stuffed up and congested. And so these are the most popular ones that are they're like, we need to get rid of them. They're not doing any good.
Which they say later in this that they recommend the neti pots, which I love, by the way. Have you ever used that?
No, I will not. I cannot.
Saline?
No way.
Man. Awesome.
No way.
Awesome. I know it seems gross. Got your head over the sink.
Yeah. So the FDA is proposing that all this stuff is the pills, the liquid forms are all going away. So what can you use instead? Saline drops to clear away the mucus. Mm-hmm. There's medicines like Flonase, Nasacort, Rhinocort saying that they're nasal steroids, basically, that are saying these are more effective for nasal congestion and stuffiness. But the problem is they're not great when used as needed. This is just something you should be using all the time if you're looking for this to be effective.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. You don't want to take a snort every day, I would say, unless I feel congested, right?
Yeah, they did say for short-term relief, patients can try...
What word? Astapro?
No, that one.
Antihistamine?
Oh, yeah, duh. Yes, spray. And then what's this one? Astapro?
Sure.
I've never heard of that before.
I don't know, because it's the first time we're doing a story.
They're fast acting. Here's the bottom line. I was just shocked by the fact that, and you asked the question, it's like, why did the FDA let that through in the first place if it's not effective? And there have been studies that have proved that it's not effective that are 20 years old.
Right.
Or older even.
Well, and sometimes science finds out after the fact, oh, maybe not. I understand that. Maybe when it first came out, this is a great idea. And then after more research, things change.
Even although all the research points to these aren't effective, guess who's going to fight to keep these on the shelves? The drug companies.
Oh, that's a good point. Well, and you don't have to worry if you do want to go out and get your oral phenylephrine medicines. They'll be on the shelf for a while because this will be...
It's a process to get it removed.
Yeah, with government regulations and stuff like that. So it'll still be around for a bit at least. Thank you for the information, though, Jen Pierre.
Yeah.
You look disgusted.
I am. Just don't put that stuff in your body when you don't need to, right? I mean, what's it doing to you? If it's not helping, then why even take it? This is what some of the medical people have told me. Just, you've got to let it run through its course. Now, there's things that you can do for some minor relief.
Right.
Like the neti pot, but it's just got to run through your system. Don't put yuckies in your body when you don't need to.
What, like alcohol?
Right. Good point, Curt.
No. Sorry.
Good point. That's true.
Yeah, it is.
It is
That's
true.
not good. All right, Fun Fact Friday. Here we go.
These are good ones.
Yes, you found a lot of good ones. This is most of Jen's findings today.
The 100 folds in a chef's hat represent the 100 ways to cook an egg. So that tall pleated white hat that chefs wear, technically called a toque, has 100 folds for a reason. According to Reluctant Gourmet, the pleats used to signify a chef's level of experience, like the number of ways he or she knows how to prepare an egg.
Awesome.
How many pleats would you have?
I don't know, but this word is toque.
I think, toque, 4. I think 4.
4 pleats? Mm-hmm. 4 ways to cook an egg?
Or maybe 5.
I might only have 1.
Scrambled, fried, boiled, what do you call that? There's a word for that one.
Does raw count? Do you crack it and just eat it?
You could.
All right, how about this? The longest wedding veil was longer than 63 football fields.
What?
That's 23,000 feet. This is a woman in Cyprus. That's a Guinness World Record for longest wedding veil, about the same length as 63 and a half football fields.
Imagine how heavy that thing is. No matter how light the material is, that is still heavy.
And did she still have somebody at the end of it holding up just the very end?
23,000 feet?
Yeah.
God,
I had to yell back, hey, we're ready to go. I'm walking
crazy. Some cats are allergic to people, period, end of story.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Many people are allergic to cats.
Apple pie isn't actually American at all.
What?
Neither apple pies nor apples originally came from America. They are native, both apples. Well, apples are native to Asia. And the first recorded recipe for apple pie was written in England.
But all American apple pie, folks.
Baseball, hot dogs, apple pie.
Yeah.
And Chevrolet is what it is.
The crown jewels containing the 2 the crown jewels contain the 2 biggest cut diamonds on Earth.
Wow.
They both came from the Cullinan diamond. I don't know what that is. The Cullinan diamond. It must be a certain kind of diamond. 3,106 carat gem found in South Africa in 1905. The largest stone, called Great Star of Africa, is in the sovereign. What is it? The
scepter.
That's the thing. Is that the thing, like the stick thing?
I believe so.
Okay, and the second largest is mounted in the imperial state crown.
My wife Dana and I went to London for our honeymoon, and we were there in line to see the crown jewels. We're like, this line's too long.
Oh, you never saw it.
It was long.
I like this next one.
Okay, I'll see a picture online.
This
Go
next
for
fun fact. The voices of Mickey and Minnie Mouse got married in real life.
That was Wayne Allwine and Russie Taylor, married for 18 years until he passed away in 2009. So Mickey and Minnie Mouse, the voices.
I'm pretty sure I met both those people when we were doing a broadcast at Disneyland.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think.
That would be cool. This one.
I want to go see this, actually.
Okay. The largest known living organism is an aspen grove. Pando, which is Latin for eye spread out. Good name, I guess. It's a group of genetically identical quaking aspens in Utah.
They're in Utah.
Interconnected root system there. It's an estimated 80,000 years old and takes up to more than 100 acres. Did you see a picture of it?
I did. It's pretty impressive, which is why I want to see it in person.
Does it just look like a massive weed?
No, it's like these tall, skinny trees.
Okay. Well,
they're beautiful, and they're tall. They look tall, at least.
Okay.
I hope I don't say this wrong. The lyrebird.
Your story.
Lyrebird.
Lyre bird. It looks like lyrebird.
Can mimic almost any sound it hears, including chainsaws.
Let's go with lyrebird. We're going to say both. It can do chainsaws?
Yes! Car alarms, camera shutters.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked up some videos of it. It's pretty cool.
I do think it's funny, and of course I think it's funny when you've got they've got the parrot or whatever, the birds that can mimic dead on, and it's just, the swear words their humans say or something like that.
Yeah.
Of course. That's the only reason I would get a bird to teach it to swear.
I even looked up the pronunciation of that dang bird, and I can't remember it now.
Listeners will let us know.
Yes, they will.
For sure. All right.
Weekend plans. There's plenty going on still.
Mm-hmm. Let's just start with there is a Kraken game tomorrow. They're playing the Canucks in Vancouver, so it's an away game, but it's just...
Are you driving up there to see it?
Nah.
Oh, no, okay.
It's you know what, this is when fans got to keep their faith, because I think the Kraken have lost the last 5 games.
Oh, dear.
So hang in there.
Okay, but you can see a hockey game locally.
That's right. The Thunderbirds, Seattle Thunderbirds versus the Everett Silvertips. They call this the Battle of the Sound. And that is at Clement Pledge Arena tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
The PNB Pacific Northwest Ballet Nutcracker runs through tomorrow. Mary Poppins at the Fifth Avenue runs through Sunday. And Enchant at T-Mobile Park goes through Sunday.
Still want to get out and see the Gingerbread Village. That's at the Sheraton Hotel in Seattle. That goes through January 1st. And then the light displays.
The bigger ones. The bigger ones.
Astrolumina. They've got Wild Lanterns at Woodland Park Zoo. Zoo Lights at Point Defiant. Zoo, of course, Lights and Ice at Tulalip. We love that one.
Yeah, and the Spanaway Drive-Through Zoo, the Fantasy Lights, they all run in
January.
Yeah, so you've got some time. You can go see those.
Still have a little bit of time on those things, and that was all we found for this weekend.
Yeah, because there's not very many. There's not very many huge concerts. I think Pink Martini? Is that the big?
I love Pink Martini. By the way,
they're playing this weekend.
Are they at Zoo Tunes or they're probably at?
No, not Zoo Tunes. It's not. Zoo
they're probably
Tunes
at, they're Chateau Saint Michel. That's where they're at. That's where they're at.
It's too cold. Are you kidding? For real?
Well, that's where I thought they usually play, but you're going to look it up. Wow, I'm going to just play some transition music here.
I'm not going to look it up. They're playing somewhere.
Pink Martini. All right. We're redoing our question of the day because the last time we were on was 4 days ago, and we neglected to stay on top of this. We usually will say, here's the question of the day.
It seems more appropriate for today, though, doesn't it?
So we did get one person to answer.
Barb
Thank you,
said
Barb,
she
for that.
She hasn't taken a cruise, right?
Right. The question is, what's something you've always wanted to do but keep putting off? You always wanted to do but keep putting off.
And if you want to put why, that helps maybe you think about how you can make it happen. If you know the why don't you, then maybe you can overcome those obstacles and make it happen for yourself.
Yeah. And I don't have anything to offer, but I will have something for tomorrow.
Musical instrument. Top of my head, there's many things, but top of the head, like being able to be some kind of musical some way. Like either learning how to actually sing and carry a tune.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Or
I actually, that sounds like a put down, but it wasn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love that you sing and you don't care.
Or play a musical instrument of some kind, like the piano or the guitar.
And trust me, when you say that I can sing, just because I was in a band that covered Ramones tunes and The Clash, doesn't mean that I can sing.
I feel like I know a lot of people that are very talented musicians that should start a band. They're not in a band, but you guys should start one.
Okay.
All right.
Done.
Great.
New band.
So we'll post that on Facebook. I promise. Curt and Jen in the morning on Facebook. And I think I'm going to start posting that stuff on Instagram as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sticking with us for the entire year almost. And we'll be back again on Monday.
We'll be back Monday. Have a great weekend. Make good choices, find joy, and spread kindness. And laugh.